نصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Adam alayhi salatu was salam, in his zamana, in his sharia, the hukum to produce the shariat, the laws of shariat was different. So to expand humanity, to expand the creation, the rule of the shariat at that time was that every pregnancy they would have twins. Allah made each pregnancy have twins. The twins of one pregnancy, they were not allowed to marry one another. So the twins of one pregnancy, they could not marry one another. They could not, however, marry the siblings from the other pregnancy, from another pregnancy. That was the shariat of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, and that's how human beings expanded. Adam alayhi salatu wasalam had many kids. Amongst them, two of them are mentioned in the Qur'an, not by name. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about their story. He tells Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, this is in the 6th juz, 6th para, Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 27, 28, 29, 30, talks and beyond, 31 as well. It talks about the story of the two sons of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. One was Qabil with the Qaf. The other one was Habil with the Ha. So Qabil did not want to follow this law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to marry from the other pregnancy. He didn't want to do this. Instead, he wanted to marry his own twin. He wanted to do this. But this was against the shariat of the time. And then Adam alayhi salatu wasalam tried explaining to him his son Qabil, but Qabil didn't want to listen. So Adam alayhi salatu wasalam told them that you guys can give a sacrifice. Whosoever sacrifice, qurbani, is accepted, that inshallah it can go their way. So Qabil gives his sacrifice, Habil gives his sacrifice, and at that time a fire would come and it would consume, it would eat up the sacrifice. Whoever offering it was consumed, that means Allah accepted his sadaqah, Allah accepted his khairat, Allah accepted his offering. Qabil gives, Habil gives. But Habil gave with taqwa. Habil gave with ikhlas. And Habil gave the best of his wealth. His brother Qabil, first of all, he was jealous, number one. Number two, he didn't care about this. So he gave the worst of his wealth. For it, he put that forward as a sacrifice for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the fire came, the fire ended up eating the wealth of Habil and not Qabil. And then this enraged Qabil even more. So now Shaitan already planted jealousy in his heart for his own brother. Now this jealousy intensified and it got worse. What happens when you don't cure jealousy? You would do acts you would regret later on. Big acts. What happens next is, Qabil makes up his mind, makes a decision to kill his own brother Habil. So he goes and he tells his brother, I'm here to kill you, and he's about to attack his own brother Habil. And remember, they're blood brothers. This is what jealousy does if you don't cure jealousy. If you don't fix your heart from the spiritual illness, this is what it will do. You will betray even your own father, you won't even care about it. Let alone you will kill your own parents and you won't even care about it. This is what's happening with Qabil right now. So Qabil goes, he's about to kill his brother. His brother says, listen, he gives him nasiha, don't do this. If you attack me, I will not raise my hand. I will not raise my hand. I will not commit the sin. Allah accepts from the muttaqeen. Allah accepted my sacrifice, my offering, because I had taqwa behind it. I had ikhlas behind it. So you should adopt the same, and inshallah Allah will accept yours also. This calmed down Qabil for the time being. Qabil proceeds, but the jealousy did not get removed from his heart. This is how dangerous spiritual sicknesses can be. He didn't cure jealousy inside of his heart. He didn't go to his father, the prophet of the time, Daddy, please help me get rid of this jealousy in my heart from my own brother. Then later on, he finally made up his mind. He comes and he kills his own brother Habil. And this was the first murder on earth. So Rasulullah ﷺ said, every killing that happens, one of the sin goes back to Qabil, because he was the first one who started the sin. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about this ayat. وَاتْلُ عَلَيْهِمْ نَبَأَ ابْنَيْ آدَمَ بِالْحَقِّ. O Muhammad, tell them, tell the Sahaba, and tell the Ahl Kitab, because Ahl Kitab, the Makkans in Makkah, they didn't have the knowledge of the Torah and Injil. But when the Prophet would mention these stories with full details, then that would show that he's a true prophet as well. So he tell them these stories. Naba ibn Adam bil haq. Tell them the story of the two sons of Adam. إذ قربا قربانا, when both of them gave an offering for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فتقبل من أحدهما, so it was accepted from one of them, ولم يتقبل من الآخر, and it was not accepted from the other brother. قال لأقتلنك. Qabil said, when the brother from whom the offering was not accepted, he said, I will definitely kill you. And then قال إنما يتقبل الله من المتقين. The other brother, the good brother Habil responded, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts from the muttaqeen. And from this we learn any ibadah you do, it has to be with taqwa. If it's not with ikhlas, sincerity, and with piety, that action will not be accepted. So if you're standing in Taraweeh because your father told you so, or because you're forced to, you pray 20 rakats but you get no thawab. You can give sadaqah, but you give sadaqah to show off so that people can write your name on the board and say, MashaAllah, he donated $100,000. You gave $100,000 but you got no thawab. So, إِنَّمَا يَتَقَبَّلُ اللَّهُ مِنَ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Taqwa is a condition. And the story continues in the end of لَإِن بَسَطْتَ إِلَيْكَ يَدَكَ. The brother said, oh my brother, if you were to raise your hand so that you can kill me, لِتَقْتُلَنِي مَا أَنَا بِبَاسِطٍ يَدِيَ إِلَيْكَ لِأَقْتُلَكَ. I will not spread my hand so that I can kill you. Why? إِنِّي أَخَافُ اللَّهَ رَبَّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Indeed, I fear Allah, the Lord of the universe. This was the piety of the second brother. So from this we learn two important things. One is, when we're doing ibadat, when we're doing acts of worship, make sure it's done with taqwa, with piety. It's also done with ikhlas. Second thing is the harm and the danger of hasad. Hasad is jealousy. If we're jealous of someone, we have to go out there and cure that jealousy. Who do we go to? You go to the scholars, the imams, and you tell them about what your spiritual illness is, and inshallah they will help you cure yourself from that spiritual illness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us tawfiq to understand this, as well as to implement what has been said. Jazakumullah khairan, subhanallah.